Young Dolph's death shook everybody. But now, things just got even crazier. New body cam footage from that day just leaked, and it's giving a whole new look at what really happened. Remember when his shooter confessed to this?
Through the glass, so I wasn't close up on him. I was shooting through the glass. I saw him standing by the window. I just got out and started shooting.
Now, seeing it with our own eyes, it's a whole different kind of heartbreaking. Let's get into it. The tragic incident, now viral, took place in the streets of Memphis, Tennessee. The whole game changed on November 17, 2021. That's when Adolph Robert Thornton Jr., known to the hood as Young Dolph, pulled up to Makeda's homemade butter cookies, a local spot he always showed love to. What should have been just another day copping cookies turned into one of the most devastating moments in rap history when the 36-year-old trap star got gunned down in broad daylight. The security footage from that day is blowing up all over social media right now, with everybody and their mama watching and sharing it. This is actually the surveillance camera footage from Makeda's cookies that came out during the September 2024 murder trial of the suspects. The footage shows Dolph's final moments inside the store, on his phone, and talking with an employee while picking out cookies, right before everything went left. For those who don't know about Young Dolph's impact, he wasn't just another rapper trying to get on. Born in Chicago but raised in Memphis, Dolph had established himself as one of the most independent hustlers in the game. He famously turned down reported $22 million record deal to stay independent through his own label, Paper Route Empire. His 2016 debut album, King of Memphis, hit number 49 on the Billboard 200, and his 2020 project, Rich Slave, climbed all the way to number 4. Beyond the charts, Young Dolph was known for his entrepreneurial grind, authentic street narratives, and always showing love to his hood. The footage that's making rounds shows two masked shooters hopping out of a white Mercedes-Benz and approaching Makeda's cookies before letting off multiple shots through the window. According to the autopsy report, Young Dolph was hit with 22 bullets in this brazen hit, leaving him with no chance of survival. The aftermath was straight chaos. Hundreds of people rushed to the scene with emotions running high, folks crying, screaming, and showing raw anger. Within days, a memorial filled with stuffed animals, balloons, flowers, and candles popped up outside the cookie shop as fans from all over pulled up to pay their respects. Memphis Mayor Jim Strickland tweeted about the tragic shooting, saying, "The tragic shooting death of rap artist Young Dolph serves as another reminder of the pain that violent crime brings with it." And he offered thoughts and prayers for Dolph's family and friends. The murder investigation quickly identified several suspects. Justin Johnson and Cornelius Smith were charged as the shooters. Hernandez Govan was named as the alleged mastermind behind the hit. And Jamarcus Johnson, Justin's half-brother, was booked as an accessory after the fact. What followed was a complex legal situation that would expose some wild details about the possible motives behind the murder. One of the craziest revelations came during the September 2024 trial, when prosecutors claimed that Anthony "Big Juke" Mims, the late brother of rapper Yo Gotti and a high-ranking member of collective music group, CMG, had put a $100,000 bounty on Young Dolph's head. This allegation pointed to the long-time beef between Young Dolph's Paper Route Empire and Yo Gotti's CMG as the reason for the murder. This beef allegedly started back in 2016, when King of Memphis supposedly offended Yo Gotti and his camp. Over the years, the rivalry heated up, with diss tracks and violent incidents. In 2017, Dolph's whip got shot up over 100 times in Charlotte, North Carolina, with Yo Gotti affiliate Black Youngsta and others briefly getting locked up, though charges were later dropped. Later that same year, Dolph was shot multiple times in Hollywood, Los Angeles. Yo Gotti was initially looked at as a person of interest, but was later cleared. The alleged involvement of Big Juke putting the bounty out has been mad controversial, especially since he himself got murked in January 2023, meaning he can't be questioned or tried about these allegations. That's left some parts of the case unresolved, and it continues to fuel all kinds of speculation about who all was involved in plotting Young Dolph's murder. During his interview with The Breakfast Club in 2018, Young Dolph had talked about tensions with Yo Gotti, though he seemed reluctant to go too deep on the topic.
I don't even want to talk about it, really. I tell you the truth, I don't even want to talk about that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if I talk about it and address anything about it, it'll be my last time even talking about it, period, because I'm sick of it. Because the whole situation is lame. Like, the group of people, everything is, it's not even in my category.
Dolph went on to share a story about his first interaction with Yo Gotti, claiming that Gotti had tried to sign him, and even threw his own artist under the bus in the process.
We're around now. Man tell me, he sent everybody out the studio. Like, let me holler at Dolph. Like, man, you got your own everything. You popping. Like, but you got the money, you got your team, you got this, you got that. Like, bro, I'm telling you, we can do this, we can do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't like Zilla. I ain't gotta hold your hand like Zilla.
While theories about the murder's connection to this beef gained traction, the legal proceedings brought forward solid evidence about the shooters themselves. Cornelius Smith, one of the alleged shooters, testified during the 2024 trial that he and Justin Johnson were responsible for murking young Dolph, stating they were promised $40,000 each, though Smith claimed he only received $800. In court testimony captured on video, Smith identified both himself and Johnson in the security footage, openly admitting—
We're gonna back up. I wanted to, back up a little bit. All right. First guy out of the car, who's that?
It's me.
That's you? Which one of the guns do you have?
I got the little Draco stab.
Okay, that's that semi-automatic weapon, is that right?
When asked about the moment of the shooting, Smith described his actions in a cold, matter-of-fact way.
Aiming for Dolph. Was he able to say anything, y'all, or was he able to run or get away at all?
I shot through the glass, so I wasn't close up on him. I was shooting through the glass.
Okay.
I saw him standing by the window. I just got out and started shooting.
All right. Proceed until Justin shoots.
This testimony gave a chilling breakdown of the calculated nature of the hit, which had been planned and executed specifically to take out young Dolph. The murder sent shockwaves through the rap game and hit Memphis especially hard, where Dolph wasn't just a successful artist, but a beloved figure in the community. Fellow Memphis artist Gangsta Boo shared her emotional reaction to Dolph's death during an interview.
Fortunately, young Dolph just got killed. You and Dolph, how well did you know each other? Assassinated. How well did you two know each other?
Damn, I don't want to tear up. It's just like, me and Drama Boy have a really close relationship.
She went on to express her admiration for Dolph's independent success.
And that's how I know him. His rise, it was just, I've never seen nothing like that before.
Well, especially independent the whole time.
The legal aftermath and trial revelations. The investigation into young Dolph's murder moved quickly in the days following the shooting. The Memphis Police Department released surveillance images showing two masked suspects hopping out of a white Mercedes-Benz, strapped with a handgun and a Draco AK-47 pistol, who fled the scene after the shooting. These images, widely shared in November 2021, became crucial in identifying the suspects and building the case against them. The legal drama that followed would stretch for years, bringing multiple defendants to court and exposing some wild details about the planning and execution of young Dolph's murder. 4 individuals ended up catching charges in connection with the killing. Justin Johnson, identified as one of the triggermen, was found guilty on September 26, 2024, on counts of first-degree murder, conspiracy to commit first-degree murder, and possession of a handgun by a felon. The judge—
I don't have to tell you how serious these charges are. I know I don't even have to go back through that. Okay? I also shouldn't have to remind you that you're out on a bond, and the court has put you on a real serious or some real tight stipulations. Yes, ma'am. At this point, the court feels like you're playing fast and loose with court and these stipulations.
The judge continued, clearly not approving of Govan's public appearances.
Whether you're talking about this case or not, you're doing interviews. And the court doesn't like the fact that you feel free enough to do interviews. Because what could be happening is that you could be in jail.
Perhaps the craziest revelation from the trial came when prosecutors alleged that Anthony, Big Juke Mims, Yo Gotti's brother and a major figure in collective music group, CMG, had put a $100,000 bounty on young Dolph's head. According to testimony, Smith and Johnson were promised $40,000 each for carrying out the hit, with Govin, the alleged mastermind, supposed to receive $20,000. Smith testified that he only received $800 for his role in the murder, far less than what was promised. This allegation pointed to a deeper motive beyond a simple lick or random act of violence. It suggested that young Dolph's murder was the culmination of years of beef between rival Memphis record labels, Dolph's Paper Route Empire and Yo Gotti's CMG. The tension between these camps had been bubbling for years, occasionally erupting in diss tracks and violent incidents. However, this theory remains controversial, particularly because Big Juke was killed in January 2023 and can no longer be questioned or tried in connection with these allegations. This has left parts of the case unresolved, continuing to fuel speculation about who all was involved in plotting young Dolph's murder. The trial footage, which has recently gone viral, shows Smith identifying himself and Johnson in the surveillance video, providing a first-hand account of their roles in the shooting. In one particularly cold segment, Smith described the moment he opened fire on young Dolph. The footage also revealed that Dolph's brother, Marcus, was on the scene and returned fire at the shooters as they fled.
It's Dolph's brother, Marcus. Did you know that he shot back at y'all?
I ain't noticed until we pulled out. There was a bullet hole in my side window. I told Jesse, I'm like, man, I'm eating. He was like, I'm eating.
These trial revelations painted a picture of a carefully planned hit carried out by individuals who were allegedly paid to smoke young Dolph, rather than a random act of violence or a robbery gone wrong. The evidence presented suggested that the shooters had been following Dolph and knew his movements, choosing to catch him lacking at a location he was known to frequent. The legal proceedings have been marked by major delays and controversies. Hernandez Govin's trial has been pushed back multiple times, now scheduled for July 28, 2025, nearly 4 years after the murder. This has raised questions about the efficiency of the judicial process and concerns about potential witnesses or evidence getting lost or compromised over time. Smith's cooperation with prosecutors has also sparked debate in the community, with some viewing his testimony against Johnson as straight snitching, a major no in certain circles. Despite admitting to his role in the shooting, Smith has yet to be sentenced, suggesting a possible plea deal in exchange for his testimony. The focus on the beef between Paper Route Empire and CMG has led to discussions about whether the case reflects broader issues of violence within the rap game, particularly among rival labels. This has added another layer of controversy to an already complex case. Memphis rapper Key Glock, who was signed to young Dolph's Paper Route Empire label and was particularly close to him, shared his feelings about the aftermath of Dolph's death a year after the tragedy.
Yeah. New 5-pack you just dropped? Mm-hmm. Hey man, you've been active, bro. You've been on your man.
I got to.
Yeah, you've been turning up, bro. Obviously, yesterday was a tough day, 1 year since we lost Dolph. It's crazy because I was in Las Vegas last year when he passed. And I was in Las Vegas again this year, and it's like, it's crazy.
Key Glock also commented on what he saw as fake love after Dolph's death.
Did you feel like that's kind of what happened with Dolph, where you saw like, there was just all of a sudden everybody was a young Dolph fan? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's just a normal thing when death occurs. It's just like, I ain't gonna say it's wrong to show love, but if it ain't genuine, why do it? Like if it ain't real, like, you know what I'm saying? So everybody know, like I know, like you know, motherfucking fuck a bro like that. You know what I'm saying? And me either, but we gonna be ourselves.
Memphis rapper Finesse 2 Times, who was locked up when Dolph got killed, offered a more philosophical take on the tragedy.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with whether or not you had a relationship with Dolph or whether or not it was good or bad, but obviously losing him for the city of Memphis was a big deal for hip hop in general. What was the severity of that loss just for the scene out there, man?
I mean, like I said, I was incarcerated when it happened.
Right.
So I ain't really just feel that fake. I just knew it was f***ed up. I was like, damn, like, damn. Like, you You know what I'm saying? So, but I never got the full effect.
Memphis rapper Finesse 2 Times, who was locked up when Dolph was killed, offered a more philosophical take on the tragedy. Interview. The legal proceedings continue to unfold, with Hernandez Govin's trial scheduled for July 28, 2025, promising to reveal more details about the planning and motivation behind young Dolph's murder. As each new piece of footage and testimony drops, the public gets a clearer picture of the events that led to the tragic death of one of Memphis's most celebrated artists, his legacy, impact, and ongoing remembrance. The murder of young Dolph sent shockwaves far beyond Memphis, rocking the entire hip-hop community and sparking intense conversations about violence, haters, and the unique risks successful artists face in their own neighborhoods. As the legal drama continues, young Dolph's legacy stays lit through his music, philanthropy, and the indelible mark he left on those who knew him and the fans who rode for his career. Right after his death, the community response was off the charts. Hundreds swarmed the scene of the shooting with raw emotions on full display, folks crying, yelling, and showing pure anger. Within days, a memorial with stuffed animals, balloons, flowers, and candles popped up outside Makeda's Cookies as fans from all over pulled up to show respect. A public memorial ceremony held on December 16, 2021, at FedEx Forum saw free tickets snatched up by fans in less than 3 hours, showing just how much impact Dolph had on his community. Official recognition of young Dolph's contributions came when the city of Memphis approved renaming a street to Adolph Young Dolph Thornton Jr. Avenue at the intersection of Dunn Avenue and Airways Boulevard. On top of that, in February 2022, a bill was proposed to make November 17th, the date of his death, the Adolph Thornton Day of Service in Tennessee, celebrating Dolph's philanthropy and encouraging community service. Young Dolph's impact on Memphis and the broader music scene was major, not just for his bars, but for the boss moves he made in the industry. As an independent artist who stayed in control of his masters and ran his own career, Dolph showed there was a path to success that didn't require selling out to major labels. His independence was a big flex, as he frequently talked about turning down multi-million-dollar deals to maintain his autonomy. During his 2018 Breakfast Club interview, Dolph spoke about curving a reported $22 million record deal.
You always stress the fact that you are not doing no deal, you are staying independent, but I know these labels have to be coming at you with some crazy bags.
You talk about that on the album too. Mm-hmm. They keep coming at you, you still ain't signing.
It's been going on about 4 years.
What's the most they offered you so far?
12 million.